I believe Hatsuglu can bowl one more. And Chahal's got two more up his sleeve. Royden's got 4. So that accounts for 7 overs. That might be the way we go. Royden bowling through from one end. And after Chahal finishes these 2, we might see Hatsuglu come back. I don't know if that works. I feel like they might be missing an over still, but this is 24th. If Chahal can bowl the 26th and the Hatsuglu bowls the 28th, someone will have to bowl the 30th from this end. So if Marcus O'Reilly keeps going from the pavilion, oh, that's a 50. Our apologies, folks. Just overlooked Blake Thompson's fine 50, 37 balls, 50 runs, 6 4s and 2 6s. He's a top quality batter using a top quality bat. I'm sure you won't mind me saying. Rebellion bat, if I got the name correct. So well done, Blake Thompson. Nice 50 on tour for him. Melbourne CC, keep going strong. Chahalin. Short, pull, field the deep, will not get there. It's another boundary. Runs keep flowing for Melbourne CC. Oliver Gunning, it was 4th 4. Handy cameo this is. We're just talking about the bowling options here for Marylebone CC. Chahal will bowl this over the 24th. He can bowl the 26th, and Hatsuglu could bowl the 28th or the 30th. Still leaves him needing one more over here from the mountain end. From the pavilion end, Marcus O'Reilly could bowl the next 4 and finish off his spell. So he'll be fine. Well, the next 3, I should say. So he'll be 1 over short of his full 6. Something for Andy Balbirnie to think about if he needs another over. Or he might need 2 if he decides not to bowl Chahal out, because he is going for a few runs despite the wicket. Hit hard to mid-off for no run. Not quite off the middle there. He swung hard at it, but I think he got the toe off the bat. Mid-off up in the circle. Mid-off and mid-on are both up in the circle with the short boundaries. They've got a deep cover, they've got backwards square leg, they've got fine leg, they've got third man. So basically, I think the plan is to hit a hard length, make it difficult to hit down the ground. Which he's done there. All he's done is pull it comfortably over mid-wicket for a massive 6. Perhaps just a touch too short of that hard length that he's looking for. Luckily, we've not lost the ball. But Gunning's first 6 of the game, 24 of 12, that 200 strike rate, staying strong. 2 balls left to go. Touch too short of that hard. 117 people watching on the live stream. I'm sure that number will pick up now that people are aware the match has resumed. A little inside edge. Yes, very tough. So they brought fine leg into the circle. And of course, as soon as you do that, the ball runs away past the keeper for 4. Just the way cricket works sometimes. Yeah, the inside edge past the keeper. Fine leg stays in the circle. They've got 3 sweepers on the leg side. One comes another expensive over already. 15 off at the last ball. Full outside off, carved away in the air. Field in the deep. Takes the catch. Well judged in the deep. And Rahvan Chahal has his second wicket. Oliver Gunning's cameo comes to an end. 28 of 14. Need some confirmation who took that catch out there in the deep. Might be Fionn Hand.
Who took that catch, please?
Sam Perry.
Thank you very much.
With the catch there. Well judged by Sam Perry up in deep. Must say it's probably the best conditions we've had for fielding our tournament between yesterday and today. The sun actually out and the visibility is fine now.
Is Charles Lill the new batter, please?
Skipper for today, Charles Lill, the new batter, coming in at number 5. Blake Thompson, 50 not out. Some good cameos from Gunning and Howe. A brilliant century on Merlot. The Melbourne CC batting has fired on all guns today. All guns firing, all cylinders blazing, something like that. All guns blazing, all cylinders firing. It's all working well for Melbourne CC today. 249 for 3.
Charles Will.
We're going to get over 10 and over. And that's the final power play signal. Now they're allowed 5 fielders outside the circle for the last 6 overs of this innings. Marcus O'Riordan, as expected, will continue. He's bowled quite well. Hit hard on the ground. He's found the gap, I think. Yep, passed long on. 4 more runs.
There was in 249.
Stand and deliver from Blake Thompson there.
Still one with Marcus. He's a third over. 4 runs.
250 up for Melbourne CC in just 24.1 overs.
24.1.
Terrific display of batsmanship and hitting here from Melbourne CC. Jonathan Merlo, the star, with a splendid 100. This is a very impressive looking Melbourne CC team, a very imposing Melbourne CC side, especially with the bat. Full driven hard, down to long off for a single. Marcus O'Riordan has played his cricket for Kent before. 19 first-class games, 14 wickets. Well, he looks a better off-spinner than that. 10 T20 wickets, 4 List A wickets. He's got a first-class 100, average of 27.43 with the bat highs of 1 or 2. 1 first-class 50, 2 List A 50s. Useful off-spinning all-rounder here for the MCC. Bowling well here today, Marcus. Nice full and straight and played back to him. Charles, a couple of dot balls. And he's recovered this over well after the boundary first ball. Single and 2 dots. Oh, sorry, single and 3 dots. Final ball coming up. And again, it's beaten the bat. Marcus O'Riordan 4 dots to end that over. It's both 3 overs, just 17 runs, which is incredibly valuable for Marylebone CC here as we enter into the final 5 overs of the innings. 254 for 3. Charles Lill let it get off the mark. The captain. Non-striker then Blake Thompson will be facing. I think there's going to be a change of. Is there going to be Ravin Chahal? Yeah, Charles got 1 over up his sleeve. I don't think they'll take him off. He's just taking a wicket. But there is someone walking up to the bowling crease with his hat taken off.
Yes, that's different. That is beyond.
It is Murphy, Thomas Murphy. Let's come on. We did say they probably needed 1 or 2 more overs from this end. Because Peter Hatzeglu's just got 1 over up his sleeve. They'll probably bowl him, I think, the 29th. All right, the 29th. Yeah, we've got, sorry, 26th. No, they bowl him on the 30th. The 28th or the 30th could be Peter Hatzeglu. We're going to get 3 overs in from this end, if my math's correct. Yeah, 3 overs in left from this end with a short straight boundary. So it could be Peter Hatzeglu bowling 1 of those 3. So they need 2. Ravin Chahal, despite 2 wickets, has been taken off. And they've turned Thomas Murphy, whose 4 overs went for just 27. So this could be the plan. Thomas Murphy for 2 and then Hatzeglu to close. Marcus O'Riordan continuing from the pavilion end. Here's Thomas. Short, flat batted down the ground. Only 1 to Andy Balbirnie, the skipper at long off. The short straight boundaries. He doesn't want to pitch it up too full. But he's also decided he still wants protection back at long on and long off because they're going to try to hit those straight short boundaries. Third man and final leg are both up in the circle. Sweeper on the offside and a couple of sweepers down the leg side. Hard length outside off stump would be the plan here. It's a bit too short perhaps. And in the gap for a flat 6. Charles Lill off the mark. And that's a great shot to get off the mark with. It's just slightly bit short from Thomas Murphy. And he goes onto it in a flash. Has every Melbourne CC batter had a 6 today so far?
does look like it, yes.
Yeah, every single Melbourne CC batsman today has cleared the boundary successfully. So that is some performance from the Melbourne CC batters here. Small boundaries and all that we know, but nevertheless, still impressive. Along the ground, a couple of bounces. It's 1 run. Again, the back of the length. Bit tighter, that one.
Every batsman's had a 6.
Yep, every single batter has hit a 6. They're enjoying the Hong Kong Cricket Club, not just the hospitality off the field, but all the runs on offer on the field. It can do another tournament for the bowlers, this one. Not unless you bowl leg spin. Leg spinners have done well. Another one that's better. Blake Thompson, stand and deliver. Just made that look so easy. Okay, maybe it's a bit too short from Thomas Murphy. And I think they're expecting the short ball at this point, the Melbourne CC batters, with the field set and the short straight boundary. I think they're expecting deliveries to be so back of a length, and they're just setting themselves up for it and timing it so well because the wicket's so good to bat on. Is he going to mix it up with something a little bit fuller? Yes, he has, and that's heaved. 1 bounce to the fielder deep. He's interested there for a moment, the deep square leg fielder. Blake didn't get a great connection on that. It didn't carry. And yeah, that's probably what you got to do here at the death overs. You can't just get too predictable with your length. Small coming up, so already a massive over. 15 off it. Where's he going to bowl this one? Back of a length or full? A little bit slower, maybe a little bit pace off. A very orthodox looking shot there from Charlesville. Just to take the single on offer. Very well played and very well run, must be said. 270 for 3. This is shaping up to be an incredibly massive chase. Our groundsmen are at standby because there might be a little shower just about to pass us again. We hope not. We hope the wind blows it away from us. But just the groundsmen are just on standby. Eye on the radar, eye on the sky. When the covers on, maybe no rain yet here. Yeah, it looked like it might just blow past us. We got the radar on our laptop here as well. There was probably as many people watching the radar today as there are the live stream. Yeah, Marcus has bowled superbly at 3 of 17, especially given the Melbourne going after everything. He's held up his ends perfectly well. As appeal, impact outside off stump, I reckon. Did step across a long way to reach that. But again, a good full, it's almost Yorkish delivery there from Marcus O'Riordan in the block hole, as they would say. Not quite there for the sweep. Length of that one, but all Charles Little can do is drive it out to long off a little bit slower and wider. Going to just stand there and heave it. Interesting to see how Thompson counters the spinner. He's batted really, really well against the pace. He dealt well with Hatzaglu. Reverse sweep down here to third man boundary. What a shot. There's a full toss. Not the best delivery, but he's still committed to that reverse sweep. Bit of an outside edge, but enough bat under to race away forward. Love that shot. Very well played from Blake Thompson. He says short boundary down here towards the scorer hut. Blake Thompson's targeted that masterfully. 5 off the over, 3 balls to come. He's at 67 of 43. His strike rate's been picking up off the last couple of overs. Oh, no run. He's missed out on that one. That's good bowling, good change up from Marcus. Flat back of a length. Punch of the back foot, but straight to cover for no run. 2 balls to go. Oh, he's got an edge in that, has he? A little inside edge. 4 runs. A good Yorker once again from Marcus O'Riordan. He's been firing these into the block hole very well. That one's a little inside edge. And the keeper unable to cut it off. Patrick Rowe. Impossible really for the keepers to stop those. So unfortunate for Marcus O'Riordan. Fortunate for Melbourne. It's another boundary. 9 off the over. Last one to come. Slower, wider, flat back down the ground. Only 1 run to long gone. Not a bad over, but still went for 10. Blake Thompson somehow finding third man boundary on 2 occasions. He's on to 72. Got the last 3 overs. He's on strike. Is there enough time for Thompson's century?
Sorry, say again, please. Oh, yeah. Thank you.
And there we go. Another change of bowling now from the mountain end. They've gone back to this strike bowler Fionn Hand with bowled 4 overs of 49. Hatsuglu still has an over left. If I got that wrong, because
Too dark for quick. What we do?
Hatsuglu still has an over left, right? I'm not mistaken that. I feel like they might have chosen.
I think they said 5. I think they said 5. I think they said 5.
Really? You know, it's 30 overs. Okay. So we are going 5 overs max for bowls. Hatsuglu has bowled out. Chahal's bowled out. Or Ryden will bowl out from the other end. So we've got Fionn Hand, Marcus O'Ryden, and then we've got to get 1 more over in. We're going maximum 5 per bowler.
Maybe Abhishek.
Probably Abhishek.
Only the bowler.
Yeah.
Good of you, so.
Flat batted through the covers for 1. I say flat batted. It was a decent shot. Carved away, but not quite timed. So 1 run there. Full and straight in the block hole. Good ball there from Fionn Hand. $27 with 14 T20 eyes of experience. Oh, he just misses length a little bit there. And it's smashed for 4 by Blake Thompson. Just got enough underneath that. Instead of flying through the offside for 4. How if you want to respond here? Bowl him! Oh, a little ambitious shot there from Blake Thompson, stepping across the stumps, wanting to scoop it down a fine leg. It was quick, it was very full, very straight, smashing straight into the stumps. Fionn Hand gets his first wicket. Melbourne CC now 5 down. No, 4 down. 4 down. For 286 with 16 balls, or 14 balls remaining to come. Fine innings from Blake Thompson comes to an end.
It's the back on me hand.
I believe the new batter in is James Meehan.
Just checking.
Confirms it.
Thank you.
Melbourne CC have not changed their batting order from the toss. They've kept the same batting order. James Meehan in at number 6, 286 for 4, 27.4. This way, they should comfortably cross 300, and the DLS revised score could be quite steep for Marylebone CC. These wickets do help keep the score down to a more reasonable level. We thought a shower might pass through any moment now. It's not yet hit. Ground staff looking a little bit more relieved at the moment here, as the dreaded shower seems to have missed us. And hopefully I haven't spoken too soon. Yeah, didn't get a lot of runs yesterday. It was more of a witness to the Christian Rowe masterclass. It's got a chance today to make an impact. Gets off the mark with a single. Christian Rowe. Christian Howe. Open the batting today. for a quick 30 runs, and that's carved away by Charles Dill for 4 runs, backward of point. So that was a decent over from Fionn Hand, ruined by the last ball 4. He's gone for 16 his 5. That over going for 11, I think, and they're 291 with 2 overs remaining, which we predict will probably be bowled, one by Marcus O'Riordan and the other by Abhishek Kulkarni. It is Hatziglu coming back. So I was right. They can have 6 overs per bowler, and they were going to save Hatziglu. I thought Hatziglu was going to bowl from this end here, but he's going to bowl his last over. He's going to bowl his last over from the pavilion end. I thought they would have kept Marcus O'Riordan bowling there because he was bowling so well and get Hatziglu in from this end, but they've gone with Hatziglu with the long straight boundaries, which if you want a bowler to protect the short straight boundaries, it would probably be Hatziglu. But I think the plan is for Fionn Hand to bowl out then, because he's obviously one of their premier bowlers on tour. So we're likely to see Hatziglu bowl this over. 5 overs, 1 for 32. It's going to be his final over of the game, and the final over from that end for this innings. And then Fionn Hand to close things out. Meehan facing. There's a chance here now for Marylebone to sneak in a quiet over with 2 relatively fresh batters. Tries to pull that one. It's so quick. And you feel like he's bowling it short, but just hurries onto the batters that even if they go on the back foot, they just struggle to get the timing. He's bowling hard lengths. It's not bowling a good length. It's just a little bit back of a length, but it's just picking up pace off the wicket almost. That one again is so quick. But I think Charles Dill was quick onto it as well and gets 4 on a square leg. So I think they realize they can probably sit on the back foot a little bit, anticipate the pace of the ball. You get enough batter to get 4. Charles Dill now looking good, 18 of 12. 2 fours and a 6, the captain for today's game. A stalwart of Melbourne CC. Talented young batsman. Outside off stump, better line there from Hatziglu and a good follow through as well. Had the ball, hurried it past the bat of Charles Dill. Valuable drop ball. Melbourne 296, 300 seems a certainty. It's the question of how many more they can add above that and what the DLS revision to a target does. Leading edge on the drive. Coverfielder gets underneath. It completes a simple catch. I think that might be Andy Balbirnie who's taking the catch there at cover, the skipper. Hatziglu strikes. Charles Dill dismissed. Hatziglu has his 2nd wicket. I think it's Andy Balbirnie, but we can check with the umpires just to make sure.
Can I just confirm that?
Captain Balbirnie.
Ah, spot on. Spot on. Andy Balbirnie, Irish national team veteran. Safe by our hands at the covers. Another wicket departs. Good innings from Charles Dill. Again, handy cameo. 2 balls left in this over, and then we've got 1 more over to go. New batter should be Hugh Hislop. Hislop.
Thank you.
Hislop. Umpire says Hislop. It's Hislop. Hugh Hislop. Opened the batting yesterday against the Hong Kong Cricket Club. Scored a quick 40 odd, if I remember correctly. Coming in today at 7. Only 7 balls left. There's only 8 balls left in the innings. Hatziglu's got 2 more. He's taking 2 for. It's been a good tournament for the leg spinners. Hatziglu today. Wrigglesworth yesterday. Veer Mathur bowls the leg cutters. We can count him in the leg spinner category. Just to make this point. Here comes Hatziglu. Beats him on the outside edge. Look at him carry and bounce and the pace he bowls with. You can see why he's such a prolific bowler in the Big Bash League. Big hands. Makes the ball look small. It's really rips it far in. Big fan of how he revs the ball in as well before he runs into the bowl. Rate that. Another good ball, but that might get through. It has gotten through. 2 fielders there for that shot, but he's found the gap somehow, Huslop. And it's gone for 4. So boundary to end the over, but it's a really good spell by Hatzaglu. 6 overs, 2 for 41. 300 runs up, 174 balls, 29 overs. Superb stuff by the Melbourne Cricket Club. And now time for the final over of the innings, which is indeed Fionn Hand. We've called it. We've gone to, and now it's a question of how many more can they get. They got the 300, which is a massive milestone, getting a 30 over game. It's gone to 10 over throughout this innings. They've kept it going. They'll have DLS on the side despite a few wickets. I'm sure they'll get a favorable revision. Just got to cash in this last over. That's from Marylebone. Wickets. They can get 1 or 2 wickets and stop this score from being inflated much higher. Goes for the Yorker, misses everything. It's going to run away for 4 runs to find leg. It's 5 wide. Absolutely the worst possible start to this over for Marylebone. It's now gotten a little bit darker again here. As I say that. Some clouds have just started covering the sun. Don't think you've noticed it on your stream. Maybe you have, but it's just gotten a little bit darker again. Yeah, it's just clouds blowing past us. Yeah, it's going to have
Nowhere near as dark.
It's yeah, exactly. It's still better visibility than we had towards the end of yesterday's game. 6 balls still to come. He goes for the Yorker again. He's picked it up to the field in the deep. Who's put it down? Oh, that looked like for our money. It was out caught.
Just 1 run.
And they got a single off that, but looked like he tried to pick up that Yorker and ended up skewing it towards deep backward square leg. Not sure who the fielder is, but probably best not to name and shame him on the stream. I'm sure his teammates will give him plenty for that in the fine session after the game. But that's been put down. A life for James Meehan. He can stop facing 5 balls to go. 5 for 4 and a drop catch. Not the best start to this final over. Goes for a scoop. Gets nothing on it. Fionn Hand is homing in with these Yorkers, but he's got fine leg and third man in the circle and mid-on, mid-off all in the circle. So that's interesting. I'm going for that length. Now he's sent mid-on back to long on. So if he's trying to bowl nice and full, now he's got some protection on long on. I don't know who he's brought into the circle. Has he brought him in the circle? Well, they have 4 in the circle, I see. So it should be okay. A short fine leg. They've got point. They've got cover. And they've got short third man. So they've got 4 in the circle. They've got a sort of a deep backward point in lieu of a third man. And they've got a cover fielder. Here comes Fionn in. Going for the scoop again. Missed it once again. So I tell you what, on the evidence we've seen so far, scooping Fionn Hand may not be a good idea. So resulted in 1 wicket, 2 balls. So, yeah, maybe try to hit down the ground.
Yeah.
Got a fielder down here, long on.
Standard rain passing north of us.
Oh, long on's gone back into the circle. But in and out, in and out. Now fine leg's gone back. So after a couple of attempts of scooping, none of which connected, they decided to send fine leg back to the boundary with 3 balls with mid-on coming back up. So this is Hislop's sign to try and hit down the ground. He does try to head down the ground. He gets an outside edge. They've got that deep backward point. He runs down to collect it. It's only 1 run. So that's worked out well. It's getting noticeably darker again. Yeah. Little bands of rain just passing us.
If you refresh it. Yeah. It's a band of rain.
Back in, Fionn Hand. Down the wicket, misses it. Bold, perfect Yorker, Fionn Hand. Tucked the ball, his T20 experience. Showing it there. It's a picture perfect Yorker. James Meehan walking down the wicket to try and hit it down the ground. Completely missed it. Bowled for 3. Melbourne 307 for 6. We got 1 ball left to come. Covered this over really well, Fionn, after the wide first ball. And I look forward to seeing what DLS does to this target. Gonna end on about 308, 9, 10, somewhere in thereabouts, depending on this last ball, and then we'll see if DLS does anything to revise it.
Wigglesworth, correct?
It is Wigglesworth.
One.
Took 5 wickets yesterday, into bat now. 307 for 6. Here comes Fionn Hand. He's got some bat on it. Once again, I've lost the ball because it's dark, but the fielder in the deep who catches it, who did not lose the ball. It was not in the deep though, it's mid off in the circle, I think. We just ran around and took the catch. A good catch, another wicket, double wicket for Fionn Hand. He's on a hat trick. First ball he bowls in the next game for Marylebone CC. Let's get confirmation of the fielder's name there. It was a good catch.
Captain Ian Balburney.
That's Captain Balburney
Thank you very much.
at mid-off who's taken the catch. Second catch for him. And
Tell me when you're ready and all. That was wicket. I'll just do this.
Melbourne CC finish on 307 for 7. That's a big score. I'll tell you what, that's a really, really big score. I'll wait and see what Duckworth Lewis decides the revised target should be. It's a 10-minute break. So let's put it as 15, 17. Probably about a 10-minute break, I would say. I'm curious now what the DLS target would be. It's 318 is the DLS par target. So looks like Marylebone CC will have to chase 319. Interesting. Yeah.
Thank you. Do you want to bring up the weather?
This is what the second reading cloud was warning me about. It's a lovely ball there.